Hey guys, this is Victoria Merchant here from Keller Williams Foothills Realty in Colorado and Adventures in Colorado Real Estate, which is my blog. Today we're going to talk about staging your house and getting it ready to sell and making it look as good as possible with what you have. So the first thing I want to say about this topic is that when you decide to sell your house, it's no longer your house. So you have to remove the emotional side of everything and just put it in a box until you find your new house and you're living there and you're all happy and you can unpack everything. When you decide to sell your house, it's no longer your house. Most everybody will talk about the easy stuff when it comes to staging, which is keep all the lights on and declutter and depersonalize, like take all your pictures down and do a deep clean and deodorize. There's things that you can do to make your house smell nice if it's got like animal odor or cigarette smell or something like that. What I want to suggest to you are a few things that I think are the biggest bang for your buck, and some are even free. My first suggestion on the exterior of the house is to get some seasonal decorations and spruce up the front, add some color. If it's the summer, get some flowers. If it's the winter, get some evergreens. If it's Halloween, get something a little Halloween-y, don't overdo it. Another thing would be to get some fresh mulch. There's lots of different colors. There's red, there's black, there's brown. Get something that looks nice with the color of the house. Fourth suggestion would be to maybe clean the front door or paint it or add a new handle or a new screen or get a new door. There's some debate whether or not, you should have a pop of color front door, but I like that. But not everybody does. So depending on what your neighbors have done and who you think your potential buyer is, if it's like an empty nester or if it's a young family, a young family might be happy with a bright red door, whereas an elderly couple might, want to tone it down a little and have a conventional white front door or something like that. So I always like a new front door. Another thing is to clean up the trim around the windows. You can scrape that off or spray it off with a pressure washer, and then have it repainted. But that might cost more than what you're willing to spend. So that's why it's last on the list, if you're trying not to spend too much money. For the interior of the house, essentially neutralize. If you have any super loud decorations, take them down, pack them up, save them for your next house. You don't want people to walk in and automatically be like, whoa. You want them to walk in and be like, whoa. If you have any large furniture that is oversized for the room and you have to like squeeze by to get to the other side of the room or to leave the room, probably a good idea to remove it, because you don't want buyers to think, oh, this is really crowded and this house is small and tight. You want them to think, oh, it's light and airy. With the furniture that is left, rearrange it so that there's symmetry to the room. So if you have a bed pushed up against the corner of the wall, move it out to the middle and have nice nightstands next to it so people can see, oh, this room fits, a nice queen size bed. The next one's going to be a little hit below the belt, but bear with me. Remove anything that's super eccentric. If you love cats, that's great. I think that's awesome. But get rid of the cats. Get rid of all the cat stuff. Not every buyer is going to be into cats. In fact, not very many of them at all are going to be into cats, or at least not to the level that you might be into cats. I know it sounds insensitive, but this isn't your house anymore, right? So you need to remove all that stuff. The only exception I would say to this rule is if you have a property that is for a specific type of thing. Like if you have a horse property and it has a barn, then I'm going to say leave the horse stuff. As long as it's not over the top, it makes sense to have horse things in a property that houses horses, because your buyers are likely going to also be into horses. So in that situation, I'd say it's okay. So my fourth suggestion is for the interior of the house. If you have any hot pink walls, paint them. If you have any bright purple walls, paint those too. If you have any bright blue walls, you got it, paint them. It's a little distracting for buyers if they're trying to imagine a room without those bright colors. So just get a can of gray paint or taupe or white, or something neutral, slap it on. It's not terribly expensive and it will make the world a difference. My last suggestion for the interior of the house is if you have a room that is dedicated to something that wouldn't normally be in that room, like if you have a bedroom that's dedicated to Leonardo DiCaprio or animal trophies or cats, maybe tone it down a little bit. Either move those things into a storage unit or box it up and put it in the garage. The garage is typically a free space. Everyone expects a garage to be on the messier side. And when you're moving, they also expect there to be moving boxes. So buyers aren't as critical when they see a full garage. So that's kind of where you can hide everything if you don't want to get a storage unit. I hope you found this video helpful. Staging a house can be fun if you don't let it get the better of you. If you have any staging tips and tricks, I'd love to hear them, so stick them below in the comments, and I will see you next week. Thanks so much.